Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys have just made a selection. Can I come in and out of this door? Will I get locked out of this door? Will I get locked out of this door? Yeah, I might get locked out of that door. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys have selected Donovan Ezaraku. I called him Donovan EZ because I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's a very, very win now type pick because they're trying to get after the passer. Donovan EZ got 16 and a half sacks last year. He was easily one of the best, one of the more productive, I would say, productive pass rushers day one. He's going to roll out the bed ready to be pass rusher right now. You know, like yesterday there was conversations like maybe Mykel Williams would be a guy that they would draft to be a DN to come in and maybe rush the passer, but the conversation surrounding him was that you had to like develop him. You had to work on his pass rush moves. What I was really excited about when we're talking about first round pass rushers, it was Mykel Williams and it was Stewart from Texas A&M. Neither one of those guys have like college sack production. Those guys really didn't get to the quarterback in college. So in my mind, if you don't get to the quarterback in college, you don't really get to the quarterback in the league in that way, right? But if you get 16 and a half sacks in college, I can only imagine that rolls right over to you. Now, Donovan's a little short, which is interesting. I think the Cowboys are like somebody that's a little short, but short relative to what pass rushers are. He's like 6'1", but he's 245 pounds. I think they're going to put him in the weight room off-season peanut butter. They're going to try to get him a little bit bigger. But in general, he's pretty decent versus the run right now. I don't think he's a bad rundown player at all. But you got to think about the Cowboys and how their D-line structure set up or whatnot. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be like bona fide pass rushing down. So Micah's not going to come off the field too much, but Marshawn Nealon is a guy that's going to be rundown guy. Osa's always going to be on the field. At some point, they're going to look for one tech and they're going to try to build an A-gap and things like that. But as far as Donovan Ezaraku goes, think about the end game package, right? Think about when you take Marshawn Nealon and put him in B-gap. You take Osa and put him in A-gap. And now you have this ability to move Micah Parsons all over the place, right? If there's one thing that we've been complaining about is the idea that Micah Parsons can only line up in one spot. Well, Micah Parsons only lines up in one spot because you don't have the surrounding cast to move him around. Or if you do move him around, let's just say you walk Micah up in A-gap and you want to rush him from there. Now you trash on the edges. So now what your pass rush situation looks like is you got Dante Fowler, who's likely going to be, if not double-digit guy, he's going to be close to double-digit guy. You got Micah Parsons, in which I would hope that he'll be double-digit guy, but he'll be getting double teams and stuff like that, right? But then you got Donovan Ezaraku from Boston College there, who is ready to line up and get you sacks right now. I don't know if he's going to be double-digit guy right now, but you can see what the Cowboys' NASCAR package looks like, what the Cowboys' in-game package will look like. So I'm a fan. In my mind, what I was thinking, and I didn't think too deeply on it, but I thought that the Cowboys were maybe looking for like a new D-Law type guy. You know, maybe they were going to try to go for like a run stop and defensive end. JT Tuimalau just came up off the board there. Let me look down the hall, make sure we're still straight. Cool. JT Tuimalau just came off the board. So I thought that he was a guy that the Cowboys would be looking into. Jack Sawyer would be a guy that the Cowboys would be looking into, like as a bigger body guy to move on from Lawrence. But it didn't cross my mind like, hey, that's what Marshawn Nealon's supposed to be. And even Marshawn has this upside as a pass rusher that you can dabble with and you can try to improve there. So in my mind, I think this is all about NASCAR, bro. I think this is all about NASCAR. Yesterday, you went offense, and we're just talking about trenches. Shouts out to Boss Cowboy. He made a point the other day, I believe yesterday on the show. When it was some people talking about team trenches or the team trenches or whatnot, right? And we'll look at the offensive line side of team trenches, but you won't look at the D-line side of team trenches. Well, I think the Cowboys trying to tell y'all a little something. It's a couple things. One, that I think that they're trying to get young on the line. They're trying to get young at the offensive line, young at the defensive line. But also, and I don't know if y'all gonna like this too much, I want y'all to sit down. I want y'all to take a sip of water when I tell y'all this. I want y'all to have a cup of coffee ready. I want you to get a shoulder massage and a back rub when I tell y'all this, okay? Don't get upset and don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I don't think they sweating running back and wide receiver all that much. I don't think they sweating running back and wide receiver all that much. Now, the pick at 76 is going to be interesting because this is what happens when you go guard and defensive end with your first two picks. And I'm saying defensive end because he's edge guy. He's real like a stand-up blitzing linebacker type. He's a stand-up edge linebacker guy. He's 240 something. He's not like a off-ball Mike or anything. He's an on-ball standing rusher. I don't really know how White Cotton's defense is going to look right now, but think about how the Jets would use a Will McDonald. Think about how the Jets would use Jermaine Johnson or some of those guys, or Breece Hall when he was with those guys. That's how we'll be using, or the Cowboys will be using Donovan Ezeiruaku. So think about that, right? I was making a point before I was making that point. What was I saying? I was making a point before I was saying that. Anyway, yeah. And that's what I was saying. So this is what happens now. They're investing in the trenches. It's obvious. It's ominous. They go offensive line. Some of y'all hated that. It is what it is. You'll be fine. Then they go pass rusher. All right, bet. I get that. The needs that Cowboy Nation thinks we need versus the needs that the Cowboys are actually talking about. I made this point on the draft show. I'm going to let y'all go after this. I made this point on the draft show. I was like, maybe, just maybe, the Cowboys don't give a damn about what they need necessarily, because maybe in the back of their mind, they're trying to get active in the trade market, or they're trying to get active in the off-season acquisition market. Like maybe not like undrafted college free agents, like maybe not like that. Because when we listen to trade candidates, right, we would hear them talk about wide receiver. We would hear them talk about trading for a running back. We'll hear them, talk about trading for a corner. And we heard them talk about trading for those positions because those are positions of need. We haven't even thought about drafting any of those positions yet. We haven't even sniffed wide receiver, running back, or corner yet. So that would only lead me to, I hope the Cowboys don't just believe that we're just going to run in there with the running backs that we have, or the wide receivers or the cornerbacks that we have. I hope that they don't feel that way. But I really think that they're going to go out there and just draft the best dude. That's how I feel. I think they're going to just go out there and just follow their board and just draft the best guys. I prefer that a little bit, because what you do is that you walk around with you walk out with a first-round grade. Or if you had Donovan rated really high, you get another first-round grade. Nick Harris got a first-round grade on Donovan. So according to Nick Harris's board, you get 2 first-round grades. I think on my big board, Donovan may have been ranked in the 20s or something like that. Y'all can go look at my big board. It's pinned up to my Twitter. But as far as edges go, I had Carter, then I had Mike Green, then I had Jalen Walker as an edge, then I had Donovan as the 4th edge right there. He got 16.5 sacks. I like shit like that. So we'll see as far as names that are left on the board that we should be thinking about. Think about all your hurt corners. Think about Revel from ECU. Think about Will Johnson from Michigan. Think about Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame. Just think about those guys. As far as running backs go, think about Caleb Johnson. Think about DJ Giddens, guys like that. Krosky Merritt from Arizona. Just think about some of those names. Wide receiver, I know y'all tripping. I know how y'all feel about wide receiver right now, but think about Trey Harris, think about Jalen Noel, think about Jack Best, think about Savion Williams. Those are just some names for you to be thinking about throughout the rest of the day. I love y'all to pieces, and don't you dare let nobody think no opposite, okay? I'm a YouTuber, goddammit. Y'all hold it down for the dose. Who wasn't peace, squeeze. Until next time, salute.